and for other people. But you know what I'm going to start doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's something I don't do good. I don't do well at this. But I'm gonna share this with y'all. I usually don't do well in this capacity. I don't make decisions that benefit me. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I make more decisions that benefit everyone else than I do me. And it is a great trait for a leader, but sometimes it's not so good for the leader. And I've had to have mentors and people who love me share this with me because I focus on so many other people that I don't spend enough time focused on myself. I didn't even recognize it. Like I'm telling you, I didn't even recognize that was even happening until friends, family, people that love me, people who care about my well-being, actually brought it closer to my attention. I'm always been one to try to put other people on, put other people in front of me. I believe that's what a good leader does. But a good leader also takes care of themselves. It's kind of like, when you are, what they say on the airplane, they say, put your mask on first before you put other people's mask on. And I'm going to tell you right now, for me, the decision I've made over time and time again is I'll put the mask on other people before I put the mask on myself. I pay other people before I get paid. I'm not saying it's the wrong way to go. I'm just saying it's an experience that I'm having. And what this experience is causing me to create new situations, new experiences. I compromise myself before I compromise others. Is that the wrong thing to do or the right thing to do? And I never know what's right or wrong. I just go through this experience of life. That's what I like to call it. Just an experience. You find out what works, you find out what doesn't work. And a lot of times, sometimes the right decision is the wrong decision based on the circumstances. Sometimes it's the opposite. I'm sharing this with y'all today because I want y'all to know specifically that I don't have it all figured out. Yes, I've been doing this for a long time. I've learned a lot over time. I've got a lot of experience. I've made a lot of bad mistakes. I've made a lot of good mistakes. But over this time of learning, every experience has shaped me to become who I'm becoming right now, to turn me into what I'm turning into now. So I don't know what it is for you, what decisions you need to make moving forward. But I challenge you to make some of those decisions benefit you. Because I promise you what happens. As I was reading something and they was talking about chefs, and I kind of shared this on my story. They were talking about how chefs cook for everyone else. And sometimes the chef never eats. The chef will cook, prepare the meal, prepare the plates. All the food is going. The chef looks around and says, man, I didn't even make no food for myself. Goes home hungry. Everyone else goes home full. Yes, everybody appreciates the chef. Everybody respects the chef. But nobody asks if the chef ate. Nobody ever asks, chef, did you eat? Nobody. So as chefs of your tribe, chefs of your shepherds, of your, group, I challenge you to start putting a plate aside to yourself, no matter what. And this is something I've struggled with for a long time. Never putting a plate aside for myself. I want to make sure everybody eats so bad that I don't even put a plate aside for myself. I don't know if that's good or if it's bad. I'm just sharing my experience with you. But I'll tell you what it does cause. It causes frustration sometimes. Because I'm hungry too. I want to eat too. So decisions. Sometimes you got to make the hard ones. You got to make new decisions. Sometimes you got to make the easy decisions. Sometimes it's not even a hard decision. It's an easy decision. You're just afraid to make it because of the change it's going to cause. I said this before. When you go to the grocery store, you never think about, okay, how much did the grocery store pay for their groceries before they charge me? Most people want the groceries at the cheapest possible price. They don't even care about the employees getting paid. They don't care about the person at the register checking you out and having a job. They don't care about the grocery store and all its overhead. They just want to make sure they get their grocery at the cheapest rate. Matter of fact, if people can go to the grocery store and get their groceries at the price that the grocery store pays for, they'd prefer that. They don't want the grocery store to make no profit. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? That most people don't care about your experience. Most people care about their experience first. It's like when you tip people. Sometimes, I've had to make this argument with people too. They're like, oh, that's too much of a tip. Like, what do you mean? What's the difference between $6 and $8? I want to make sure this person not only enjoys, work, want to continue to work here. Why not tip them well? We so worried about our experience. We don't never think about other people's experience, about the people who may be serving us, bringing the food, providing the service. Just the decisions we make. So now I see why the grocery store have to go up on their why they charge what they charge. And at certain times I'm starting to feel like, Keith, maybe it's time for you to be a little bit more selfish. Maybe it's time for you to put your mask on first. Shout out to my brother in the chat from Just Dope Ass Podcast. It said, mask on yourself, Keith Hendricks. Maybe it's time to put the mask on me first. Never really think about it like that, right? Never really think about it that way. And most people don't think about it that way for you. They're worried about their mask. So, ladies and gentlemen, decisions.
Hey, yo, lesson here, baby.
Are there some simple ones you need to make, some simple changes you need to make to change the dynamic of how you're moving? You can't be hungry leading the people. And that's what I'm realizing. Nobody respects hungry. I've learned too, if you want to make money, you're not going to make money by looking poor. You're not going to make money by looking like you don't got money. I don't know if this is a black thing, and maybe it is. Y'all tell me. But we had this idea of like associating with having no money, thinking that's going to make us more money. We have the idea of associating, saying, I don't have it, so help me out because we need to help. Almost like in a begging sense. And it's crazy because the wealthiest people in the world, let's go with Louis Vuitton or these big name brands, so they got money. We find an easier time spending money with people who have money. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the psychology of how we operate. But we find it more attractive to spend money with people who already have money. So therefore, people want to eat with people who look like they're eating. People want to feed people who are already eating. They don't want to feed nobody who's not eating. I'll give you an example. We won't give a homeless man $2, but we'll go spend that same $2 on wherever. Or we'll tip somebody or whatever. Y'all kind of see where I'm going with this. Most of us don't want to feed the hungry. We only want to feed the people who are already eating. It's crazy how our psychology works that way. I'm not making this up. I was on a seminar the other day, building myself as I do. I don't know how many seminars y'all go on, how many master classes y'all join, how many mentorship programs y'all are part of. Probably none, because y'all don't spend time building yourself. Y'all spend more time watching 30-second clips on Instagram, probably, and thinking that's where you're getting all your education and motivation stuff from. You hear somebody say something on Instagram and you go try it because they got a 30-second reel instead of actually spending 2 hours educating yourself on a class. Maybe I'm just talking, maybe I'm saying something that y'all really understand, but y'all know it's true. In this seminar I was in, he said, your car is your business card. He's like, you pull up in a Lamborghini, everybody gonna want to work with you. You pull up in a Prius, it's less people that's gonna want to work with you. And I know that experience just by simply dressing the way I dress now. Every time I wear a suit, more people want to work with me. Every time I look like $1 million, more people want to work with me. When I go to work, it's in a regular t-shirt, nobody wants to work with me. I don't know what that's about. But I'm telling you, I don't care why. I'm not here to discuss why things are the way they are. That's not up to me. I just work with the way things are. You got to talk to somebody else besides me. I didn't set this thing up. I didn't set the rules up here. I didn't create society. I'm a part of it. So I work with what's given. And that should determine your decisions. Not emotions, not feelings. And I'm saying this to myself because I need to learn this better. I need to learn better to not work on emotion and work on what the decision factor is and what's ultimately going to produce the results. It's not about liking people. It's not about people liking you. It's about getting to a place that you said you want to get to, and anybody who want to go with you say, hey, if you want to go with me, we got to make tough decisions. It's necessary. When you don't eat, frustration arises. And we've experienced that just through regular life. And I'm using eat as a metaphor. Everybody wants to experience the success with you, but a lot of people don't want to experience the struggle. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people want to experience the success with you, but they don't want to experience the struggle. You can say, hey, man, I'm broke. They're not going to say, oh, okay, well, shoot, I'm willing to invest more money. They're going to say, okay, well, man, good luck. I hope it all works out. Let me know when the checks come so that way I can get my piece. I have another business venture with one of my good friends, and it's up and down. It's up and down to the point where sometimes, like, okay, when it's up, it's up. Like, y'all know that saying, when it's up, it's up. But then when it's down, it's down. And when it's down, it's like, okay, we got to invest more money. See, most people want to invest the money that they set out to invest, and that's it. Most people only want to invest the time they set out to invest, and that's it. They say, hey, I'm only going to put in, 40 hours. That's it. It's all about doing more than what you pay to do or what you get paid to do. It's always going to cost you more than you expect. And if you're willing to put in that extra work, if you're willing to sacrifice those things, and most of the time the leader is. Most of the time the leader is willing to sacrifice those things. And most of the time the people who are close to you are willing to. So it's up to you to make the decision. What's going to happen next? What kind of decision are you going to make next? What's going to be the next move? What's going to be the next easy call? What's going to be the next hard call? Compromising situations, some people may feel, but I say, ultimately, it's the growing situations. These last 2 months of business have been the most growing for myself. The most growing experience I probably ever had as I've been on this journey in my career. The most challenging, the best. I mean, it's been a series of emotions. I can't tell you. Y'all know when we released this new format, this new program, it's almost April 1st. So it's about 30 days ago. It feels like it's been much longer, but it's only been 30 days. What a challenge. It took us 2 months to build it out. Selling commercial advertisement around what it is we're doing now. A challenge, a new challenge we've never been faced with. People telling us no, people telling us yes. It's all new. So I'll challenge y'all out there, ladies and gentlemen, to start thinking about the next phase. The next phase of your journey. Are you the type of person that's actually helping the cause? Are you just a part of the cause? It's kind of like, when we see people do protests, a lot of people show up to the protests to be a part of to say they was a part of it, right? say they was a part of whatever history, I guess. But not many people helped set up the protest. I mean, I'm just thinking from a perspective this morning. This morning, I don't have a bunch of motivation for you. Sometimes it's not about that. It's not. Sometimes you don't need to be motivated. I think a lot of people are motivated enough. As a matter of fact, I hardly don't meet anybody who's not on their grind. I'm using air quotes for those who can't see. Everybody's on their grind. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's working hard. I mean, come on. If everybody's on their grind, then nobody's on their grind. If everybody's hustling, then nobody's hustling. If everybody's rich, nobody's rich. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So that doesn't really get the answer. Everybody shows up. But it's only a few people who get on the field. I'm going to say it again. Everybody shows up. But it's only a few people get on the field. And even the people on the field, there's only a few stars on the field. It's only a few stars. So the question is, you're on the team, you're a star, maybe. Are you on a starting team? Are you in a starting rotation? And then secondly, are you a star? You can always see the separation of the stars. You know, I judge people on what they do. I don't judge them on what they say, because everybody's saying good shit, man. Everybody's saying good stuff. Everybody swear they working so hard. And then, I mean, people want to give me a small window of their life on Instagram, right? And I see people spending more time. I'm just looking. I don't know what you do off, but I see people spending more time in what you choose to show on IG, what you choose to show on TikTok, what you choose to show on Facebook. That's completely up to you. So that's all I got to judge you off of. And if you post it consistently, I mean, hey, I see, okay, cool. 15 hours ago, this person was doing this. Okay, now 13 hours ago, they was doing that. I mean, I'm looking at the 2-hour window. Unless you completely stop what you was doing, I guess you was partying, and then you stop partying, I guess you start reading, and then you start partying again 2 hours later. I don't know. But I do know that everybody not really out here grinding, man. Everybody ain't out here really putting in the work that they say they put in. Everybody not making the decision that they swear that they make it. Some people are not making a decision. They're just on the team. That's okay. It's about deciding if you're going to be a star or if you just want to be on the team to get paid. It's like after these athletes get paid, all this money, I love how it becomes not about the money. It becomes about winning. Like once they get the money, it becomes about winning. It becomes about the championship. It becomes about something else. I love when players get in that phase. I love it. When they get in that phase of, man, I don't care about this money. I'm trying to win. Well, that's good. Of course, they already got the money out the way, but the mentality about it is different. The Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant. I mean, one of the greatest examples of what is. You know what I love about Kobe, man? Kobe didn't, man. I mean, like, I guess when he was young, he tried a couple things. He did like a little rap, thing for a little bit or whatever. But I love that Kobe's focus. I mean, he didn't really do no movies. Bro didn't do no he didn't have a bunch of endorsements. I mean, now we know Shaq did a bunch of stuff, right? Which he was still great and dominant because of his size. But Kobe wasn't his size. Kobe was a lot smaller. Kobe had to really focus on his skill. And you know what I noticed with a lot of people? They won't get better at what they're already good at. I'm going to say it again. People don't focus on getting better at what they're already good at. Yes, Kobe Bryant was already good at basketball, but he got better and better and developed more moves. He developed more skills. People won't focus on what they're good at and get better at it. And then they won't even get better at what they're bad at. They'll just say, I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to do it. Kobe used to say what he hated the most, and probably a shot at Shaq. He used to say he hate people who can't shoot free throws. He couldn't stand it. I remember in an interview saying, I can't stand people who can't. It don't make sense to me. It's the easiest shot in the game. and you can practice by yourself. I don't understand because I know you can work on it and get better. Most people say, I'm not good at it. And then they leave it up to someone. I'm not good, so I'm not going to do it. They don't make the decision to get better at it. Mind blowing. So I feel you, Cole. Make the decision for yourself. Put your mask on first. Make the decision to get better at what you're good at. And also work on what you're not good at. Make a decision to spend your time a little bit more wisely. I'm not saying you shouldn't have an off day. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs that decompression day. I know I do. A lot of times I use Sunday. A lot of times it's just like, yo. And this weekend wasn't one of those. I mean, we had a lot of work to do. So for y'all who don't know, if you just now tune in, if you're listening, you know, every month we have these big meetings with, you know, with our entire network. And on the opposite month, we have this thing called culture calls at each station, where it's about 3 hours every morning, and we spend over the weekend 3 hours per station. So we got talk, Latinx, and then we have, you know, sports, and it takes about 3 hours for each station to get through everything. And we sit and we talk to everybody. Wake up at 8:30 in the morning and we get started. Just make the decision to be great. Make sure we dedicate. So make the decision to dedicate yourself to your work, getting better. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on Wednesday. Y'all have a good one. And I'm out.